Hello, it's Kyle, Brian, and Sarah at Mix 101.5. I'm Kyle, Brian here, Sarah as well. All day long tomorrow, we will be raising money for Western North Carolina. Still working out some final details on that, on how you can get directly involved with that, okay? In the meantime, we want to recognize all those local heroes stepping up, doing those charitable drives of their own locally to make a difference. I love living in this community for many reasons, and one of those reasons is this, that when things like this happen, people instantly are activated to step up and want to make a difference. And then once you got the one person kind of organizing things, everybody else wants to step up and be a part of it with that person.
It's great.
Which is also fantastic.
But we need people like that. We need people to continue to push.
The helpers.
Because another day has passed, but the reality remains the same. Actually, waking up this morning, the reality is actually looking a little bit worse. The death toll is up. There are still people that are struggling and trying and fighting for their survival. I mean, just another 24 hours has allowed more stories to populate the internet, and now you're really getting today an even bigger grasp of the total devastation happening. It is important today that even more people activate themselves.
Absolutely. And, you were right, Brian. I think it's close to, sadly, 50 deaths now, 600 people still unaccounted for. This is where we're at in North Carolina as we start this Tuesday, and our friends and family are crushed. And now more of these stories are coming out, but also with these stories are the people doing good, like Dean, who's with us right now. He manages Rocky Top Catering. We saw this great story yesterday on Instagram, how he made 2,800 sandwiches for people in Boone, and Dean's showing up all over again today to make it happen. His business based out of Raleigh. Good morning, Dean, and thank you for what you do.
That's right. Yeah, thanks for having me. And by the way, that story with Eddie was absolutely incredible. What a guy! That guy's amazing.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've done this before. We're partnering with World Central Kitchen and a local organization that I'm a part of called Overflowing Hands, and we're partnering to get large quantities of food to folks in the western part of the state that, as we all know, are just in a really bad place. Yesterday we scrambled and we got together about 40 volunteers, and we put together 2,800 sandwiches. And we had those out the door and on one of our trucks to a couple of different stops in Boone that World Central Kitchen established. And they were all delivered by 3 o'clock yesterday. Today we're doing the same thing. We're going to make another 2,800 sandwiches. I've got 48 volunteers showing up here in about an hour, which, many hands make for light work.
That's right.
Yeah, so we're going to rock that out. And at the same time, we're getting positioned for the rest of the week. World Central Kitchen, their kind of playbook is they want to get mass quantities of sandwiches prepared. They're more shelf stable than preparing hot meals, and they want to get food to these areas quickly. And then the next thing is they want hot meals. So tomorrow we will start preparing 2,500 hot meals for distribution each day in and around the Boone area. Our partner business in Charlotte is handling the same quantities of food going to the Asheville region. So we got quite a bit going on.
So I'm just curious, does your company absorb the cost of all of this?
What we do is World Central Kitchen raises funds to cover the bare cost of the item.
Got it.
So we're getting a few bucks to cover the cost of the bread, the cost of the meat, and all that. I'm not compensated. Nobody in my company is compensated. None of the volunteers are compensated.
Right.
This really happens only because of the amazing support of our community. Because there's no. I mean, by the way, as a caterer, October is our busiest month of the year. We're slammed with weddings and football games and corporate events. So, if I didn't have these volunteers that were so awesome helping out, there's no way we could do this.
Wow. Dean, talking right now to Dean Ogan of Rocky Top Catering, who just mentioned, he's getting a little bit of help with just the bare supplies, but really all of these sandwiches being made are through the power of not only him, but the incredible volunteers that have come out to help him. Now, Dean, 2,500 sandwiches is impressive. Please slide 3 to the side for us. No, just kidding. Humor is the only way that I can process this stuff. Thanks for letting me tell a joke. But Dean, I'm wondering, we have a lot of listeners right now that are trying to figure out ways that they can help. I didn't know if you had any room for more volunteers, if there's a way that we can possibly get the word out, send more people to you. And is there a way that more than 2,500 sandwiches could be made?
Well, that's really up to what World Central Kitchen is going to dictate. They've got the boots on the ground in and around these areas, and they're still trying to figure this out. I mean, we've been working with them since early Saturday morning, trying to figure out how to get food to the people. I mean, we all know the damage to the roads and logistically how challenging this particular disaster is. As far as volunteers, we're full for today. I'm not sure what's going to come the rest of the week, but what we'd ask people to do is to email our volunteer coordinator, and her email is chandler.ellis, that's 2 L's, at overflowinghands.org.
Okay.
Got it.
Chandler.ellis at overflowinghands.com. You're always
.org.
.org. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, and we do a lot of different stuff with Overflowing Hands. This is the third time we've partnered with World Central Kitchen. We did it through Florence, and we did it for 15 months through COVID. We were feeding kids in the free and assisted meal program that didn't have access to meals due to the fact they weren't going to school. So we were doing 70 stops a week. Overflowing Hands does great work, and we always, if you sign up for our newsletter, you can always find out different volunteer opportunities. We do meal packings. We also feed the homeless at Oak City Cares every month. So there's a lot of different opportunities to help.
Well, Dean, thank you for making this happen locally. Rocky Top Catering off of Departure Drive, just north of 440 and Millbrook Road. Thank you for helping out today. And, I mean, amazing what you're doing. 2,800 sandwiches being delivered to Boone because of what they're doing today. Dean, thanks for showing up like you always do.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for having me. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Wow. Dean, congratulations, and thank you for doing what you have done the last couple of days and then doing it all over again today. Then also all the people who are also quickly like, hey, I got to help Dean out too, and will be those hands that he speaks of at Rocky Top Catering today.
And that's what I love about moments like this is that people who have, what they do, they use their platform, whatever it is, to do good work. And I think that if you stop looking outside yourself and perhaps look at what you are able to do, you'll be able to find there's a lot of avenues for help in this situation.
Sarah, you're the only one of us in studio that's worked in catering. What is it like in catering this time of year, setting everything aside to do what Dean is doing?
Catering this time of year is pure hell.
Yeah.
And he alluded to it.
Yeah, it is so busy. And the idea of coming in early after working as late as they do, they're definitely dealing with exhaustion right now. But, it's nothing compared to what's going on in Western North Carolina.
If you want to make a difference, American Red Cross, probably the easiest way to do it. Also, North Carolina Disaster Relief Fund, as we mentioned yesterday. Tomorrow, all day long, we're teaming up with WRAL along with Durham Bulls. Our company owns both those organizations for an all-day drive to benefit those in Western North Carolina. In the meantime, 6:34 right now. It's Kyle, Brian, and Sarah on Mix.